In this video, we are going to explore exactly what artificial intelligence is and answer the biggest questions surrounding it so that you can stop feeling overwhelmed by the tech buzzwords and actually start using this technology to your advantage. Let's get into it. First, we will break down what AI actually means in plain English. Then, we will look at the different types of AI you interact with every day without even realizing it. Next, we will decode the jargon, things like machine learning and neural networks. And finally, we will talk about the real-world impact, including the fears around job security and what the future actually looks like for all of us. The basics, what AI actually is. So, at its absolute core, artificial intelligence, or AI, is simply a field of computer science dedicated to creating systems capable of performing tasks that typically require human intelligence. Think about things like recognizing speech, making decisions, translating languages, or identifying patterns in massive piles of data. For decades, computers were just really fast calculators. You gave them a specific, rigid set of rules, and they followed them blindly. If you forgot a single semicolon in your code, the whole thing crashed. Yeah, we've all been there. But AI is entirely different. Instead of just following rigid, pre-written rules, AI systems are designed to learn from data and adapt over time. Now, I know a lot of people picture the Terminator or some glowing superbrain trying to take over the world when they hear the word AI. It is completely normal to feel a bit anxious when things are changing this fast. But the reality of what we have today is a lot less dramatic, though arguably way more useful. Stick around because a bit later, we'll talk about why that sci-fi doomsday scenario isn't something you need to lose sleep over anytime soon. Buzzword breakdown, machine learning and neural networks. All right, let's clear up some of the confusing terms you've probably seen floating around. The big one you hear all the time is machine learning, or ML. Machine learning is basically a subcategory of AI. If AI is the broad goal of making a smart machine, machine learning is the specific method we use to get there. It means feeding a computer massive amounts of data and letting it find the patterns on its own. It's kind of like teaching a kid to recognize a dog. You don't give the kid a complex mathematical formula for what a dog looks like. You just point at 50 different dogs and say, dog. Eventually, the kid figures it out. Machine learning does exactly that, but with billions of data points instead of 50. Then you might hear the term neural networks. This is a specific technique within machine learning that is loosely inspired by the human brain. It uses layers of artificial neurons to process complex information. When you hear about deep learning, that is just a neural network with a ton of layers. This is the tech behind the facial recognition on your phone, or the algorithm that magically knows you want to buy an air fryer right after you just thought about one. By the way, if you're getting value out of this video, hit like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell to get more valuable content like this. Okay, now we also need to talk about LLMs, which stands for Large Language Models. This is what powers popular tools like ChatGPT. They are trained on vast amounts of text from the internet, so they can predict the next logical word in a sentence. It sounds simple, but at scale, it makes them incredibly good at writing emails, summarizing articles, or even writing code. But as smart as they seem, there is a big catch regarding how much we can actually trust them, which we'll cover in just a second. The reality check, narrow AI versus general AI. So here's where we address the elephant in the room. Is AI going to take your job or take over the world? To really understand this, you need to know the difference between ANI and AGI. ANI stands for Artificial Narrow Intelligence. This is the only type of AI that exists right now. It is incredibly good at doing one specific thing. The AI that beats grandmasters at chess is narrow. It can't drive a car. The AI that recommends movies on your streaming app is narrow. It can't diagnose a medical condition. Even ChatGPT is a form of narrow AI. It generates text and mimics understanding beautifully, but it doesn't actually comprehend the physical world or possess real consciousness. It's just predicting words, which is why it can sometimes hallucinate or confidently give you completely false information. That is the big catch I mentioned earlier. You always have to verify what it tells you. On the flip side, we have AGI, which stands for Artificial General Intelligence. This is the holy grail of computer science. An AGI would be a machine that is as smart and capable as a human across all areas. It could reason, plan, and solve completely new problems it was never specifically trained for. We do not have AGI yet. Some experts think we might see it in a decade. Others say it will take a century, and some think it's impossible. It's totally valid to be frustrated or fearful right now. People are seeing AI automate tasks and they are worried about their livelihoods. We have to look at all angles here, not just the positive spin. Yes, AI is disrupting industries. Data entry, basic copywriting, and certain customer service roles are shifting fast. But it's also acting as a massive multiplier for human productivity. It is doing the boring, repetitive work so that people can focus on strategy, creativity, and real human connection. All right, let's summarize what we covered. We defined AI as systems that perform tasks requiring human intelligence, largely driven by learning from data rather than following strict rules. We decoded jargon like machine learning, which finds patterns in data, and large language models, which predict text. And we looked at the difference between the highly specialized narrow AI we use today and the theoretical general AI of the future. For you, this means AI isn't some magical, terrifying entity you need to hide from. It is simply a tool. And just like the internet or the smartphone, the people who learn to use this tool will be the ones who thrive in the evolving digital economy. It is completely normal to feel a little overwhelmed, but taking the time to understand these basics puts you way ahead of the curve. Just a quick note, while AI is heavily impacting fields like medicine, law, and finance, the information in this video is for educational purposes only and shouldn't replace professional advice in those sensitive areas. If you want to keep learning, check out this video next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.